everybody, and welcome to episode 126 or 127 of the This Old Knit podcast. I am your host, Nina, otherwise known as Ine, on Ravelry, Instagram, and Pinterest, and you can find show notes for this episode and all previous corresponding numbered episodes on the This Old Knit Ravelry thread. And I had some weirdness with my last episode and then numbering, so I can't remember if I've corrected it or not. That's why I said it could be 126 or 127, but I fixed it on YouTube. I just don't know if I fixed it in the show notes. My tea is really, really hot, so I don't know why I'm holding it. It's a prop. Yeah, that's gonna burn my tongue. So how are you all? We are in week 2.5 of home quarantine for the coronavirus. So it is Sunday, March 22nd, 2020. And my work actually had us start working from home a little bit sooner than some of the other employers did. So I went home kind of partway through a week. They said kind of if you could start working from home today, just do it immediately. Otherwise, it started that following Monday. And since I could do it right away, I just went ahead and packed up my stuff and came home. So I brought home all my plants from work. And yeah, we've basically been inside since then. Josh has gone to the store just because we weren't quite set up. We tend to be a little bit more prepared anyway, so we didn't have a lot to get, but he did make like 1 or 2 more store trips just to round things out a little bit. So yeah, now we're staying in for the foreseeable future. I think I am working from home until at least April 17th, and I fully expect that to be extended. The kids are out. It was supposed to be till the end of March. Now there's questions of whether or not they will go back for this school year at all. We've started getting distance learning programs that are supposed to start on Monday, so we'll see how that goes. But we do have the lesson plans and stuff, and we'll do our best. And up until then, they had just like voluntary things, so they've been doing math and reading online through their school website, and of course, practicing like sight words and math facts and things like that. So yeah, I hope you are all well. I hope you are all staying safe as much as you can. And for those of you that have to go out because of your profession, stay as safe as you can, and we're all thinking about you. So I have finished objects, works in progress, some knitting planning I've been doing. I have sewing planning, and I also brought some small business things, because one of the things I'm trying to do along with the COVID-19 social distancing is thinking more about purchasing from small businesses as much as I can. I know a lot of them are being forced to make some really tough decisions to either reduce their workforce, reduce hours, and some may not open again. So in my search for reducing my eco footprint, I also have a couple of small businesses that I've been supporting, and I wanted to show you stuff that I've purchased that I like. Not endorsed in any way, just a fan. Yes, Nicklin, what's up?
I'm done.
Okay. Well, I'll do the second part later. Thanks. I sent them out to the yard to find all the little potting pots, so that we can start doing some seedlings for sunflowers, because I have a sunflower seed mix that I got last year. I also have like wildflower mix, I think, but that one you probably have to direct sow. But I thought it would be fun to do a little bit of seedling planting and give them something to do today, because we're trying to just find things to do that'll keep them busy and not arguing with each other, because they're getting into each other's space a little bit. they're used to having a little bit of a break from one another during the school day, and they're not getting that now, so it's definitely showing. So okay, let's talk about first the beam of sunshine in the room. Let's not say the elephant in the room, but I finished my yellow So Faded sweater. So this is this is my yellow So Faded. The pattern is by Andrea Mowry, which, if you didn't know, I am hosting a year-long knit-along for Andrea Mowry patterns and Joji Locatelli patterns called the Mojojical. You can enter WIPs. You can start a fresh thing. And all you need to do to be eligible for prizes is be a member of the group. I will do quarterly drawings. Please post them in the FO thread. So this is the first Andrea Mowry item that I have completed in 2020. And I will stand up so that you can see it better. So I started this in September of last year. Maybe a little bit before that. Anyway, I started it on a camping trip. I did it out of 4 different colors. And honestly, I thought when I finished the body, I was like, this isn't going to work. What am I doing? This doesn't look good. And then I added the sleeves, and I think they really pull it together. So just lesson. Okay, so the first color is Life in the Long Grass in the cushion colorway. And I picked this up at Brooklyn General during my first VKL. Ellie, who is Skinanigans, helped me pick out this color and enabled me to buy it. So thank you, Ellie. The second one, which it's a little bit better and easier to see here. I think this more truly represents the color because this was a little bit unspeckled. All the speckles showed up on the back. This is Beauxbatons. It is from Bad Wolf Girl Studios, and Meg actually gifted me this color. So thank you, Meg. It's finally in a sweater. And my third color is by Adelaide Cottage, the lovely Shauna. This is I'm Ready to Wallow Now, and it was from her Gilmore Girls club, I think maybe 2 years ago. And then my final color is Fig Bash, and it is Bullenvine. This is on her Nouveau base, so it's a singles base. I actually frogged a shawl to get this color because I had some Fig Bash, but it was on Blitzed and it was much darker. So this was when she first came out with the Fig Bash color. I was part of the Edward Gorey, the Gory Details club that Kristen put together, and I got mine on Nouveau. So this was the original batch of Fig Bash, and it was much lighter, and I really, really love this color so much. So it's kind of a little bit lighter version of the same colors kind of as Shauna's, but it also incorporates like a caramel and a chocolate brown. So I frogged my Spotlight shawl. I think a Spotlight shawl. And I'll show you the rest of the yarn later from that because I'm going to use the blue, which was Myth, out of that in another project. Because I never wore that shawl at all. It was like more of a shawlette. And I just don't wear tiny shawls right now. It's not my jam. And I was looking for that fourth color, and I really think that was the perfect match. And I felt a little stalled out on this sweater, and I kind of put a post out on Instagram and asked people what they thought of potentially short sleeves, because I felt like this was more of a summery color, and I didn't feel like knitting long sleeves on it. I was really done with it. Some things happened like during the time frame I was knitting it with my job that were not positive. So I feel like some of that was just, I don't know. I got those feelings when I picked up this project. And I think for a lot of people, that's pretty common, that you remember the things you were doing while you were working on a thing. So I just wanted to be done with it. And yeah, once I decided that it was okay, like I gave myself that mental permission to go and knit short sleeves, then bam, I was done like that. So I worked the collar, and then I did the sleeves, and then I actually went back and unpicked the binding, and I added like 2 more inches onto the length of the body, and I'm really glad I did, because It is the perfect length now, but it was a little bit too short before. But I love the fit. It has not been blocked yet, but all of my ends, except for one that I missed, are woven in. I was wearing it and I noticed that where I unpicked the binding or the bind off and attached the yarn again to knit those 2 extra inches, I didn't weave those 2 ends in. So I need to do that after I finish the podcast. But otherwise, every end is woven in to this sweater. Andrea, are you proud of me? Right? Because you know, I wear my sweaters all the time and they have all the ends in there. But I actually wove in all the ends. Even the underarms, I fixed all of the holes. I did the duplicate stitching, all of the ends in here, all of my ends from joining the colors. Done, done, done. Except for that one stinking end that I forgot about. Okay. So that is my one finished object. Gosh, I feel like I finished something else. What else did I finish? I don't know. Maybe it'll come to me later. Maybe a gift? No. I have a gift I'm working on. I can't show it. It's not done. All the crap hit the proverbial fan with the coronavirus, and I kind of put that on hold because I need to purchase some things to finish it, and I can't go out of the house now. So we'll see how that goes. In terms of whips, I have been working on one main knitting whip, and it's of course all the way underneath everything. It is in the beautiful bag that was gifted to me by Diane, who is Canned Music and who is working on or may have already opened her Etsy shop. When she gets it open though, I am all about buying more of these bags because they hold so much stuff. What? I mean, it's ridiculous. And they've got pockets. It's amazing. This has 6 skeins of yarn in it and a sweater. And look at all that room I still have. So anyway, it covers my whole lap. So the main thing I've been working on, oh my god, isn't it so pretty, is my Mauve on Mauve Sperry sweater. So I am doing this Sperry sweater by, oh my god, Amy Miller. By Amy Miller. But I am doing a fade palette on it. I'm not doing the stripes, which is what it's originally written with, and I'm also not doing the split t-shirt hem, which is the other kind of main feature. But I love the boat neck on it that I made the previous one with. One thing I modified is I did a little bit more ribbing because I do feel like the boat neck's a little bit too wide, so when I wear it to work, like my bra straps show, it's fine if I wear a tank top under it, but I didn't want to have to do that. So now I have the option that I can. I did try this on today and it fits really well, and at least right now it's like right at the edge of the bra straps, so it should be fine. So what I'm doing is I'm holding together a strand of mohair silk with a strand of fingering weight yarn, and the mohair silk is from Once Upon a Corgi, who's Gabby. I bought skeins of yarn from her at this year's Indie Entangled, and I love this colorway. This was her Rhinebeck exclusive colorway for 2019, and so it qualifies for the Festival, which is being hosted by Tommy from the Squirrel Pie Productions podcast. And what else? The other colors I'm using. So let me show you the colors. This is the previous yarn engagement. This is my first skein, which I used for the majority of the body I've knit so far. And then I joined in a second skein when I switched colors. And then I've actually joined this back on because right now I'm doing the fading part for my fourth color. So I've got 3 colors in here, but they blend really well. It's doing exactly what I thought it would do. One little helpful trick I noticed on my other Sperry, like it does have some short row shaping on the back, but it's a little bit hard to tell once you've worn it a few times which one is the front and the back because it's very subtle. So I took my ends and I kind of wove them into a little heart shape on the back. Almost like a tag, but not. So I have 2 hearts, one on either side. So I'll know that that's the back and this is the front. So my first colorway that I held with the previous yarn engagement is Tiptoe by Wool and Vine, and it's on her Nouveau base, so it's a singles base here. I did that all the way down to the where I separate for the sleeves, and I actually did my color blending here to my next color so that I'll be just done with this color, other than I had to go back and do the neckline, which I already did. So I'm done with Tiptoe. I've got quite a bit left, so it'll probably be in either some kind of shawl or it'll show back up in some color work. I think it would be really pretty alternate to white because it's a super pale, like ballet slipper pink. So it'd be really nice to substitute instead of a white. So that's Tiptoe. The second color is a Jilted Rose. Here. The Misfit Skein of Jilted Rose. And this is an old, what I call vintage Wool and Vine. So it's on the Volca base, but no, it's on the Strassa base. And it had the hangy tags.
This is a picture
okay, bud.
of you.
Ooh, it's a picture of me.
And for mommy.
For mommy. It does say for mommy.
That's helping me.
Okay, careful. Ooh. I like it. What am I wearing in this picture? You're blocking the camera. Here, turn around so you can tell the people. What am I wearing? Careful. Don't make the camera fall.
She's wearing orange. She's wearing orange shirt. And she has orange arms and orange. And I mean, she has blue arms and blue hands. I did that on accident.
Okay, it kind of looks like I'm eating something. That way it is.
And she's not eating something. I did that on accident.
That's okay. I think it looks cool.
And,
Very artistic.
and she has a blue mouth and a green, and
green
and
lips.
she's happy.
I'm happy. Yeah.
And those are her green eyes, and her head is orange, and
Like
her legs are
blue.
blue, and the paper is white.
Okay.
And what I'm
We got 2 moms.
and this and it says for mommy. It's
Oh, for mommy. I'm sorry. You're right. It does say for mommy.
And that just appeared.
It's a period. Good. I'm glad you're using appropriate punctuation. All right, buddy. Oh, careful.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited to see you. And now it's time to turn this on.
No, it's not time to turn it off. It's time for you to go somewhere else.
No.
Yes. No. Come on.
I
Go
love
be with Daddy.
you, phone.
Okay. Can I have that card? I need that
I
card.
love you, person that are listening to mommy.
Okay. All right, buddy. Careful. Don't block my.
Sorry.
Don't bump my thing. Okay. Go out with Daddy,
I'm
please.
trying to make the person talk so I can
They
hear
can't
the
talk.
sound.
I'm just recording. I'm just recording and I'm gonna edit it later. There's nobody watching right now. Okay. So anyway, Jilted Rose #1. This one is on Strassa. It is a Misfit Skein, and this is one that was sent to me by a viewer, Marianne. My second colorway was this one. Just coming apart. It is Primrose Yarn Co. This was in a sale bin at my LYS. The colorway is Rosé. So it just has some purples and oranges in it too, but still that general palette, the same as Previous Yarn Engagement. Previous Yarn Engagement has a lot of color to it. It's a little bit harder to see when it's caked up though. And then my third colorway is fourth. my fourth colorway is another Jilted Rose Misfit skein, and you can see this one's much more pinky than mauve. This one is on Volca, but still old vintage Full and Vine hangy tag. So there you go. And I think that the way that the previous yarn engagement is blending them all, it's making it look very cohesive, which is nice. Because by themselves, they would look very distinct. But with that previous yarn engagement, it just makes it look more like a gradient, which is great. So as I said, I've gone through most of one ball, but I still have a lot of my second one. So there is my previous yarn engagement. This is the second skein that I've been working on. I had 3 skeins and I bought a 4th one thinking I might need it. I actually don't think I will, which is good because the one I got is slightly lighter. I picked out ones that were on the darker end of the spectrum when I was at Indie Untangled, and then Gabby just released the color as a permanent shop colorway, and it was a little bit lighter, the one I got, but that's okay because I'm going to use it, I think, for a hat, maybe like holding double for a hat, or as like holding double on a colorwork yoke. I don't know, but I don't think I'm going to need that 3rd skein. Or 4th skein, I mean. So that is my Mauve on Mauve Sperry. And I am almost done with the body. I think I maybe have like 3 more inches of stockinette, and then I will start the ribbing. I want to have a nice deep ribbing on it. And then I'm going to do full length sleeves with a long cuff like that will come over my hand, because this is meant to be like a cozy sweater. So far, so good. And then, let's see. That is pretty much it for whips. Yeah, that's it for knitting whips. I'll go ahead and show you my sewing whip. So my sewing whip is an Agnes top by Tilly and the Buttons. Yes, Tilly and the Buttons. Oh, Ada, so comfy. This is some fabric I got from Girl Charlie like a couple of years ago, and I got it for a dress. I got like 3.5 yards of it, but it is really sheer, like pretty sheer. And I didn't realize that when I bought it. So it's fine for a top because I can wear like a camisole under it, but I wouldn't want to wear like a full-on slip for, I intended it to be more of a summer dress. So anyway, I'm going to use it as a shirt, and then I might be able to make like a top for Megan out of it too. Or maybe I'll make 2 tops for me in different styles because I do really love the print. So I have finished everything except for hemming the cuffs and the bottom. And it fits really well. It's just a fitted scoop neck tee. Just kind of a wardrobe basic. But I do love how it turned out. So it's a black with red and white flowers all over it. And as Gabby says, you can't ever have too much black floral fabric. Black floral knit fabric. So I'm really happy with that. I will finish that up today, and then it'll be ready to wear. So then that brings us to knitting planning. So I don't know about you guys, but as I've been in the house more, I have kind of gone through and organized a little bit in my stash, and thought of like queuing up projects that I want to make. So one of the things that I've had on my list for a little while is the Stone Crop Pullover by Andrea Mowry. And I had some light blue yarn that was indigo dyed, and I was going to use that. It was a big, like, monster skein that was a sweater quantity. And then Ada had other plans for it and decided to eat the outer husk of it. And so I don't know how much yardage I have left. I'd say she maybe destroyed 100 yards of it. Just because it was shredded. So I had to remove like that whole outer layer. And so I think what I'm going to do now with that is I'm going to make a summer top. I think it's called Summer Dreams by Marcella Chang. So it's just a long, kind of like this shape, but it has a lace bottom. So I'm going to use that for that. And then I'm going to use these Spin Cycle yarns that I also picked up at that. Did I pick them up at VKL? I think I did. I think I picked them up at my first VKL. So it's two different blues. This one's Robin's Egg, and this one, gosh, I don't remember. I've got the labels somewhere. I also did add them to my stash. So if you're curious, you can look at my stash. But this one has like tans going into blue, and this one is just all blues. So I'm going to use those. And since I didn't have that blue, I'm actually going to use my Cormo from my first Rhinebeck. So this is the Fox Hill Farms Cormo, and it's just 100% Cormo. It's undyed. This is its natural color. It's very soft. So it's going to be a nice chocolate background with these two as the colorwork portions. And I think it's going to be really, really pretty and warm and soft. And I'm very happy to use my Cormo. So I'm going to re-skein this because I had started knitting it into a different colorwork sweater, and I don't know, it didn't want to be that sweater. So what I'm trying to do is put all of my ideas together in project bags with the pattern so that when I'm ready to start another thing, I just pick it up and everything is there, ready to go. That is one. The next thing that I want to do is with my Warm and Cozy from Once Upon a Corgi, and this is on the ginger base. It's sparkly. I custom ordered this sweater quantity from Gabby. She said this colorway is very very time intensive and labor intensive to dye. Because it's multiple layers of color, but it's this super rich, like mahogany color. And I think she has some in her shop right now, but it's stunning in person. So if you think that it's kind of not coming across the screen very well, it just has a lot of depth to this color. And I want this to be a cardigan, so I searched for cardigans. I also am matching my project bags to my yarn. So I used my s'mores bag, or my marshmallow bag from Kristen. So I am going to make the Utu cardigan from, like, I think this was the first Lane magazine I bought, like, a long time ago. And it is this one. So it's done in a gradient here, but it's got just a leaf detail along the top yoke, like in cables, and then the rest is plain stockinette. So I think that'll be really pretty in the kind of mahogany color. And I have a little progress keeper from Sugar Tots. He's always been my zipper pull on this project bag. But it's a little chocolate covered marshmallow dude on a stick. And then the shawl I was talking about that I frogged. So this is the other colorway that I liberated from that shawl. It's mostly together. It's not completely frogged yet. I still have some more frog. But I frogged enough so I could start. So this was my leftovers of Myth, which always bugged me. Like, this is a lot to have left of a skein. It's over half of a skein. This is what I used in the shawl. This plus a little tiny ball. And then one I haven't, as I said, haven't frogged yet. So this is Myth on Nouveau. It's a little bit off because I have washed that shawl a couple times, so slightly different in color, but once I wash it a few times, it'll be the same. So anyway, so I'm gonna do this with this. Ooh, that blue, oh my God. So this is Malabrigo lace in the Azul Bolita colorway. And I'm going to use it for the pattern from Joji Locatelli, Susurrus. And it is this one on the cover. It's so gorgeous. This issue is amazing, and I want to make like so many things out of it. But when I saw this cover sweater, I was like, I need to have that in my life. So the Myth will be the lace portion, and the Malabrigo will be the solid color portion. God, brain. It talks about holding it double, but when I looked at the actual pattern, it's only held double at the cuffs and the collar, which makes sense for a lace weight yarn. You would probably want to add some structure to those portions because they're going to get a little more wear, but it's meant to be like a light spring sweater. So there's a little bit closer of a view. So it is intended to be a very light piece for going into spring. Like this shawl. What? So pretty. And this brioche type pattern. I don't even know how it's made. And Niebla. This one. Yeah, there's just a lot of pretty patterns in here. So, that is the plan for this one. The cat hooked me. Oh, I can put it sideways. Okay. So that's in that bag. And then I actually won a project bag from Selma. Okay, great. She hosted a knit along, which she's doing it again this year as well, called the Garments Galore Cow. And she had a special thread just for men's garments. And I knit, you know, obviously the cardigan for my husband, the husband sweater. And I won this project bag. So this is a Bags by Awesome Granny bag. It has little sheepies on it. And dog hair. Dog hair. And inside of it, I actually already cast this on. So I'm doing a Garden Gate sweater. So I did have another whip. Let me get the actual picture out. It is by Knit Love Wool. This is Jennifer Steingass. Good grief. Not the charts. Not the charts. There we go. It's like I do have the pattern picture in here. This one. So I am doing a short sleeve version for summer. And I'm using the Hey Sister Yarn Co. Alonzi base in the Favorite Tea colorway, which is a light gray, and Shirsty Cat Designs in Confetti. Shirsty Cat Designs just suck. I don't have the tag for Hey Sister Yarn Co., but they're not dyeing yarn anymore, so don't need to show that. So it is an amazing neon Lisa Frankie color of my dreams. So this will be for the color work part, and the light gray will be for the body. So I did cast on, I did the short rows, I did the neck portion, and I'm ready to do the short rows, but I need to look up again how to do German short rows, because I've only done them in one other project and I don't remember how to do them off the top of my head. So I need to go look up the Berry Pink Knits tutorial again, because hers was really good. So that's why I haven't got any further. I do have my little mint narwhal on there from Sugar Tots. He's so cute. So yeah, once I get a little bit further on my mauve Sperry, I think I'm going to do that one next. And I wanted to cast something on and was chatting with Gabby, and I was like, what should I do? Should I do Utu or should I do the Garden Gate? And she said, do the Garden Gate until you get through the color work yoke, then start Utu, which was like the best advice. Get through the fun part, then you're going to get into the sloggy body part, then move on to, you get to have a new cast on, and then you go back. So that's what I'm going to do. And then the last one that I have is going to be an As You Like It sweater. I think I showed this on my last episode, but I'm going to use this, which this is Pumpkin Throne. This one is, I want to say graphite, but it's not. It's a gray from the Yarn at Home Mom. This one is Once Upon a Corgi. And then my last color is going to be Pumpkin Kombucha from Wool and Vine Yarns. This is the leftovers from my first As You Like It sweater, and it made me sad I've not used it all. So this will be the main body of the sweater, and then I'm going to do alternating stripes of these two. So it's going to be really nice and a good autumnal sweater. And a good way to use up, like I only could get one skein of this. This was my purchase from NEF, New England Fiber Festival, and it was like a leftover one from Gabby's Halloween colors. And then I have 2 skeins of this. So all of that together will make a nice sweater and get to use my singular skeins. Excuse me. Sewing plans. I'm going to make like a collared blouse out of this, because we all need a little more unicorns in our life right now. And I'm going to make a moss skirt and ash jeans, maybe. I didn't realize they called for denim with stretch, and this one is not a stretchy denim. It's just a plain old denim. So I'm going to do at least a moss skirt, maybe ash jeans out of this. It's just like some denim I picked up from Affordable Fabrics. So those will probably be my next projects I cut out, but I do have to draft both of those, or all 3 of those patterns, which is why I've been holding off on it. I guess drafting patterns is a bitch. My setup's not great, so I do it on the floor on my blocking mats, and by the end of it, my shoulders and back are just like screaming for a break. So yeah, that's that. And then I've got this fabric. Is that right side up? Yeah, this fabric that I want to make a pencil skirt out of. from Liesl & Co., the extra sharp pencil skirt. Extra sharp or number 2 pencil skirt, I don't remember. But it has like a sea creature motif. So these are shrimp together. These are seahorses. There's some shells. And it kind of is upside down and right side up. So I think it'll be good for a pencil skirt because it doesn't really have a direction to it. Other than obviously this way. But I've had this for a while and I want to make that soon because I think it'll be a really nice summer skirt to go with stuff. It actually would go with this, and it also would go with the Susurus sweater that I'm planning on. And I have some really good navy blue heels that are like open toe shoes. So that'll be nice for work. That is everything I've planned. And then, oh no, it's not. Today I was putting stuff away and I just bought the pattern for the Zelda crop. That I've been waiting for that pattern to come out. It is using junk yarn, and it is by Olga Putano, I think is her name. So I want to do the main body of it in this, which is Giant Peach from Dreaming Color Smushy. This is Dreaming Color Smushy. Then the kind of whitish parts, I'm actually going to use this, which I've had this in my stash for a long time. I'm going to use it, Shannon. It is the grapefruit that tastes like a donut. This was a collaboration kit that was between Little Bitty Delights and Yarn at Home Mom, who's Shannon. And so this is going to be kind of the mid portion, and then I'm going to use the leftovers from my Cibola sweater as the dark contrast, like outlining color for it. That's going to be amazing, right? Mine won't be cropped, but it will be like this length. So I'm going to make it be this length. Ugh, see? So nice summer length, and then it'll have short sleeves, so I can wear it with shorts or with jeans. I have 2 of these, so that should be fine for that body length, and these will be fine for the amount I need for the color work. So I'm really excited that I found my palette for that. I'm not sure what I'm going to cast on next, if it'll be this because it's going towards summer and it makes a little more sense, or does the Utu make sense because I'm going to do a 3/4 length sleeve. I'm feeling very inspired. So anyway, those are definitely now all of my knitting plans. And then I said I wanted to talk about the purchases I've made that are small business related stuff. So one of the companies that I purchased from is Wild Minimalist, and they have dishwashing blocks. So it's solid dishwashing soap from No Tox Life, but they stock it, right? So this is made in, I think, Los Angeles. Pretty sure. But it's a vegan product and it's made without palm oil. And it's a very hard block of soap. So it's septic safe, which we do have a septic system. And it's for like hand washing. So we just have the block out, and we also use it with the dish brushes I bought. So I bought this kind, which they're boar bristles, and then they're wooden, so it's completely biodegradable. And then I also have like a hand brush, so it is mostly biodegradable. There's a little loop that goes around like the head of the brush, and then there's a handle on the bottom, like a hook that you could hang it if you wanted to. We don't, but you could. So you can change out the heads on the brush. So yeah, I just have this on a soap dish and I get it wet and do that and scrub, or if we're running a whole sink full, we like hold it in our hands and do that, and it makes a lot of suds and it gets everything clean. And this one is supposed to last for, I think they said it could last up to 6 months for like 2 people that are hand washing everything. Now we dishwash a lot of stuff, but anything big we hand wash. So I thought those were good finds, so I wanted to share them with you. And I've already used part of one box. We just ordered 2 more, so we had them once we knew we liked it. That was from Wild Minimalist. And then from Zero Waste Cartel is the other one. So Zero Waste Cartel, I got a little container for dental floss. So this is glass, and it has a metal top with a little cutter. And you can put refills in there of dental lace. So their dental lace is actually waxed silk. So it doesn't have any plastic in it, and it will completely biodegrade. It is a little bit more breaky than the floss that we kind of all grew up with, but absolutely a sacrifice I'm willing to make. It's very reasonably priced, and you just need, 1 container. So we're actually going to buy a couple more. They've been out of stock, but I want to have 1 in like our camping gear, and then 1 for my purse. But yeah, I really like that product. And the amount that's in there is the same amount as what you would get on a traditional spool of dental floss. I haven't tried these yet, but they had bandages that are non-plastic. So they are bamboo bandages. And then this was the big score. So I had been using Lush products for my hair, and frankly, their conditioner sucks. Their conditioner bars kind of suck. And they've retooled them lately in like the last month, but I had already switched. So Zero Waste Cartel carries their own brand called Humby Organics. And so I've done the lemon and the orange crush. They're really good. So their conditioner bars actually feel like, liquid conditioner does on your hair. So my hair is starting to recover. Like with the Lush ones, it was actually falling out pretty often because you have to scrub really hard to get it to get in your hair at all. And they're just not nice. But I do love the Humby Organics one. I also have their shampoo bars. So their shampoo bars are thicker than the Lush ones. They smell really good, and they're making my hair nice. So, what more can you ask for? So that is everything I have to share with you guys for this episode. Feel free to leave comments here or in the Ravelry thread. I would love to chat and hear about what kinds of things you're working on. If you're quarantined at home, are you still going out and working? Anyway, like I said, I hope that you all are safe and healthy. And until next time, I hope you get to spend some time doing the things that you love. And I will talk to you soon. All right. Bye-bye.